Hello, my friend. It's Kath today out in the woods above the beautiful creek. And I thought I would bring you along, as always. My intention for you, my dear friend, is to always encourage you to get outside in nature, put that coat on, the hat, the gloves. How is it where you are? It is late November here in the beautiful Midwest US, and it's actually a little warmer today. I am out on the creek path in the woods, the beautiful forest, not far from where I live. And wow, we've had days and days of gray rain and drizzle and clouds, but look at the benefit. The water is up and flowing. I'm just going to pause here for a minute and enjoy this. It's been so dry that the creek path has not been, the water hasn't been up. So now it is, and it's gorgeous. I'll come in and out of that a little bit. I've got my special spots. And again, it's not too cold, so my energy and I can talk better. How is your heart today? Wow. I think I haven't talked to you since the November 11th portal. And boy, has it been a doozy. I don't know what the energy has been for you, but I can just say that it is transformative. Have you felt part of yourself falling away just naturally, like the leaves here in the forest? So many leaves. Look at this. All the leaves on the ground have fallen off the trees and are making this ground nice and soft and fertilized. Living out here in the country, we do not rake leaves or bag them up or use a leaf blower we don't do that. We just let the leaves fall off the trees and then go back to nature. And usually by the spring, the lawn and the greenery is ready to go again. So I do know people and we used to live in places where you needed to like rake your leaves and then put them in bags. And it was such a kind of an ordeal. And my husband and I were like, why do you do that? Or why do we do that when it just goes back to nature as fertilizer? And I guess maybe that's what I'll talk about. Oh, wow. Look at the sunlight is very mystical here on the water. I love to share this with you. If you're still here, thank you. I hope this brings you joy. These walks for me, a lot of times I'll call them soul hikes or soul walks, because when you come out in nature and there's no plan, there's no expectation, it's amazing what you can experience and see and feel. It's truly healing in so many ways to just come out in nature and pause and breathe and release. Take those deep breaths and exhale. Release like the leaves on the trees as we are going through a transformation in our souls and our hearts and our minds and spirits. This is the season to let go and let anything fall away, for it needs to release and make space for all the new that wants to come in. And that's not going to happen overnight. That's why transitions and transformations can be so challenging, is we don't know where we're going. We have released and let go of any sadness and pain and strife of any kind. released it to nature, to God, to our angels. And then there's that time where it's quiet and dark and scary. But that's, the pressure makes the diamond. And that's where it's okay to be in that time of quiet transformation. That's where, have you found that sometimes that's where your biggest growth has been? I would love to know. Can you think of a time when something fell away in your life, or you released it? Anything, a bad habit, a relationship, a expectation, or something that just needed to go, and you knew you had to walk away. Often a friendship. That's happened to me in my life. I've had to walk away from a couple friendships in the past decade that were not healthy for me at all. It was one-sided, and I was giving and giving and giving, and not really having a reciprocal friendship. And that was really hard for me. I have done a lot of growing and changing on that. And I'm I tend to be a people pleaser, and a little more guarded now on who I give my energy to and my time, because that's precious. Your time and your energy is so precious. And I had to learn that in some hard ways. But that's a good thing to learn and to know, because the people that you give your energy to, the people, the places, the organizations, all of that is very, very precious time and energy that you have to give. And again, a lot of that is letting go with the transformation. So if this has helped you, let me know. Again, if you're still here, thank you so much, dear friend. I'm down here by the water again. Let's just walk with me here. I do need to look where I'm going, because it is bumpy and lumpy. And I have shattered my wrist about 10 years ago, and that was a tough recovery and surgeries. Talk about transformation. That was in early January, and that stopped me in my tracks for a long time. And I healed and rehabilitated and recovered and came out a little bit different person, as we all do with health issues, heartbreak, anything that just rattles us to our core. It's not all a bad thing. It seems like it in the moment. Some things that sometimes our worst circumstances end up being our greatest teachers and our greatest growth times. And it does, and I think what I've felt is that people don't realize how much time things take. Some healing, I fell down and shattered my wrists, and I had screws and the plates put in to put myself back together. And then I had the physical therapy, and then, using it. And I was a very good patient, because I had 4 kids to drive around and their activities, and very little help in the home. So I was very motivated, and I wanted to be stronger. But it did change me, and I did have my yoga practice completely changed. Not having one arm that has a lot of hardware in it that doesn't. So, but I've changed. I don't want it to be all about that, but we do go through things, whether we ask for that to happen or not. And sometimes it's falling down and shattering a bone. I hope that has not happened to you. Or it might just be, these little bumps and lumps in the road that we find ourselves, and we turn and we meander down the path. But if you're still here, thank you. I hope this has given you a little heart healing. Actually, it's given me some heart healing talking about it. That's why these soul hikes are so important. If you go out in nature and just don't know anything that's going to happen, but look at this. You're among the trees and the water and the birds, and it really is my church, my temple, my sacred place. And I'm really glad that I brought you along today. I never know what I'm going to talk about. I never do. And I just push play and start walking, and things come up. But I do think we're all going through a lot of transformations, and they're not easy. But they're so necessary, because again, we are not meant to be the same people. We're not meant to do the same things all the time. So make those little changes for yourself. I am definitely right here but next to you, and I'll probably talk more about this. It's a good topic. So let me know if you like this. Subscribe to my little micro channel. I really love you being here. Your presence is a gift. And you have a wonderful day, my friend. I'll see you soon.